Let me start by saying that I really enjoy driving, and I will often be on the road for hours just listening to music and getting lost. So more often than not, I will sleep in my car on the side of a country road. I don't like it when I'm the passenger though, so I always go alone. Usually, I sleep for a bit, wake up, then go home without incident. There's been a couple of times when a deer has startled me, or even a person knocking on my window to make sure that I was okay was met with a scream. But what happened last night takes the absolute cake. I read about a really nice walk online that I wanted to visit. It was about a 5-hour drive, and I had planned to drive for an hour at a time, explore for a bit, then keep going so I didn't get bored. I had taken plenty of food and water and was planning to be gone for about a day, which I was, and was going to park in a popular parking spot that caravanners and the like tend to stay overnight. It was lovely and I had a really good time. I arrived at my sleeping destination and found that there wasn't any space to park. The bays were not laid out, so you just kind of had to use your common sense and find a spot where you weren't blocking anyone. The parking area was free and could only contain about 10 cars or vans without it being too tight. I was a little annoyed, but hey ho. It was a very rural area, so I carried on for a little while and pulled into a lay-by to rest before I drove home. I pulled in and parked. Then I went to sleep, thinking nothing of it. To describe where I had parked, it was opposite a little cottage, but not directly in front of it. And there were plenty of trees, so I didn't feel as though I was intruding on the owners in any way. I felt very safe. For some reason I was having trouble nodding off. Usually, I slept like a baby in my car because it's very spacious and comfortable, and as silly as it may sound to some, I genuinely thought that I had nothing to worry about. That was until a long, high-pitched scratching sound woke me up at around 11:30 p.m, just after I had drifted off. I was in a confused daze when I saw a very tall, middle-aged man dragging what I thought was a key around the perimeter of my car. He walked very slowly and didn't take his eyes off of me the entire time. He also had a very malicious grin on his face. Horrified, I cranked my chair up and started the car, ready to floor it. But he had made his way to the front of my bonnet, and trees were blocking me from reversing. This is when I saw that he was holding a butcher's knife. He held it up and sort of waved it at me. I screamed and laid on the horn, but it didn't seem to faze him. This lasted about 10 to 15 seconds. Not long, but felt like ages. And then he just slowly walked away from my car towards the cottage and proceeded to enter the cottage. I drove home without stopping. I'm never doing that again. Thanks for ruining it for me, genuinely terrifying man. And thanks for ruining my paintwork. I don't know if he was just trying to teach me a lesson for parking outside his house or what. But either way, I'll probably be scarred for life.